Wow, Erik Ten Hag is the answer. He is cooking, he is building something special at Manchester United, and rivals should be scared. This is 4 consecutive home wins in a row without conceding a goal. The first time we've done that since 2017, and this is probably the most confident and happiest and best I've seen Manchester United probably since Sir Alex Ferguson. This is the nicest football, the nicest way we're playing, and the most sustainable football. You know, obviously we had that season where we're second under Rolly, but the football wasn't sustainable, often 1-0 down, relying on moments of magic. Jose football isn't always the nicest on the eye. This is generally the most confident and happy I've been as a United fan watching us play since Sir Alex Ferguson, because Ten Hag has got us playing something special. Ten Hag has got the players playing well, and Ten Hag is coaching these players, patterns of play, movements, transitional play, fullbacks coming in and inverting. I mean, look, Luke Shaw, my God, today he was on crack or something incredible. Ericsson, his balls were absolutely fantastic into the box. He was pinpoint today. Casemiro doing what Casemiro does best. Those 3 players stole the show for me today, but the whole squad was good, a convincing team performance. Erik Ten Hag is doing something mad, and I got some things that I'm going to nab from United faithfuls on Twitter that said this. This win means for Man United that they're 1 point below Man City, they're level with Newcastle, they're 5 points above Spurs, 7 points above Liverpool and 10 points above Chelsea, and only 9 points below league leaders Arsenal. That is absolutely fantastic. If we win our game in hand, we will go into 3rd place, only 1 point behind Manchester City. Just to put that into context, if we beat Man City and they drop points to Chelsea, we'd go above Manchester City. And considering they won the league last year and signed Haaland, what Ten Hag is doing is absolute madness, considering this time 8 months ago, sorry, March time, 8 months ago, there were reports coming out that I think like 8 players wanted to leave United. March, April time, 17 players wanted to leave United. Remember April, March time, 17 players wanted to leave United. We were losing 4-0 to Brighton. This club was a mess. And if someone had told me then, in like 8-9 months time, at the halfway point in the Premier League, after playing all the big 6, that we'd be basically in 3rd place because, you know, equal on points with Newcastle but got a game in hand, I'd have been like, what the hell? Especially after we lost 4-0 to Brentford, especially after we lost 4-0 to Brighton. I predicted Ten Hag was going to come 6th or 7th this season, because even though I knew he was a fantastic manager, I thought he was the manager for the job, I obviously knew the squad he had. But it's mad to think that we had the most toxic, stale dressing room. Everyone hated each other. Everyone wanted out. No one wanted to play together last season. And all of a sudden, we're playing incredible football. We're playing like a team. The mindset, the mentality's completely changed. Wan-Bissaka had 4 minutes of football before the World Cup all season, and he's come back 4 games in a row, been absolutely solid. Luke Shaw is back to his best. Casemiro has obviously taken us to another level. And what I will say is, although Ten Hag's been fantastic, going from Scott McTominay to Casemiro at DM is also been fantastic. It's like going from Anne Hegarty to Margot Robbie. It's a massive freaking upgrade. Like the difference a top DM makes. We've been crying out for DM for so long, and to think, as I said in my live stream, Rabiot's mother's the top G, because Rabiot's mother's the reason we got Casemiro, who was fucking backup option that has come to United, and he is the player that we've been missing all these years. Ten Hag's done a fantastic job, but the difference a top DM makes to Manchester United is incredible. Can we just talk about how freaking good Casemiro is? Like, I'm lost for words that he plays for United. He's the best DM in the world. He's been the best DM in the world for the last few years. Scores a cracking goal. He's everywhere. Like, what will we do without him? If he gets injured, my God, like, I am scared. But it's scary to think how good and convincing United are playing. And here comes the Alice, it's Bournemouth comment. And yes, we've won 3 games in a row, 3 clean sheets in a row, haven't conceded a goal since the World Cup, but obviously we've played 3 relegation contender teams. I know that, I'm aware of that 100%, but you can only judge what's in front of you, you can only beat what's in front of you, and these are the type of games. Last season United were dropping points and putting in stinkers, and this United side, it's just about what I'm watching. It's not even about the 3 points, but the 3 points is the most important thing, but it's what I'm watching. I'm watching a team play together, play good football. I'm watching intelligent, intricate play where people are making runs, building possessions, patterns of play. I'm watching United playing like Pep Guardiola football. I'm looking at the side that, 8 months ago couldn't even tie their shoelaces, now playing elite level football, comfortably in top 4. And I just want to say, get Ten Hag a striker, because a lot of people are forgetting this wasn't even our strongest lineup. Maguire and Lindelof played, not Varane and Lissandro Martinez. Donny had to play because Antony's injured. Sancho's already out. Our options on the bench in attack were Elanga and Garnacho. That's 2 young academy level players. They were our only options on the bench to come on. And Ten Hag is still winning games convincingly, not with his strongest lineup, with little options on the bench. Ten Hag's had basically no Martial before the World Cup, and Ronaldo didn't want to be here. Ten Hag's practically had no striker all season, and he's got us in third place. So please go ahead, whether it's Thuram, whether it's João Felix, whether it's Depay, and sign an attacker, because I have to say, and I hate to say this because I feel like I'm targeting Elanga, but when Elanga comes on, he does nothing. Garnacho comes on. Garnacho was incredible. Like, I think we can all agree Garnacho was incredible today. Got the assist, was unlucky not to get a goal. When he gets the ball, he makes things happen. I sit there and go, it's hard to believe Garnacho's 18. Like, he is ready in the sense of he will be a bit rusty. There will be things there, but, you know, you look at Garnacho and you're like, this guy can come on and make an impact. When Elanga comes on, we just flat. We just go flip. We just don't. And we are so over-reliant on Rashford, who I don't think had his best game, but he inevitably got a goal at the end because he's in good form. And I think I want to say this now, and I said this in my watch-along, if you watch my watch-along, we are very over-reliant on Rashford. He's going to have to play nearly every minute of every game because there's no Sancho and Antony. It's literally a front three of Bruno, Martial and Rashford at the moment, and then the academy players because of the lack of fitness. This is why we need to hurry up and get an attacking signing. There's no excuse, Murta. We've lost Ronaldo. We've saved 20 million in wages. Thuram's available for 10 million. João Felix, I know his loan is extortionate, but it's less than that. Depay's less than that. You need to hurry up and get someone because the games are going to be every 3 days. Like, while we're playing well now, we don't have the depth to be playing these players every 3 days. We're going to drop off. And Rashford today did look a little bit exhausted, I thought, a little bit tired. And he obviously got his goal, but we're so over-reliant on Rashford that I'm worried we're going to wear him to the ground this season because we need to get an attacker in just to take the pressure off him a little bit, because that happened under Ollie. We were so reliant on Bruno and Rashford that the last month of the season they were just flat. And I think that's what we're doing because we have a lack of options. But I mean, Rashford is in absolutely incredible form. His celebration was very cold. And although Garnacho's fantastic comes on, we need an attack because I don't think Elanga does anything. But I want to talk about my man of the match. And it's taken me nearly 7 minutes to really talk about my man of the match. But 100% Luke Shaw. I genuinely think that was a 10 out of 10 performance from Luke Shaw today. I thought he was absolutely incredible. You know, he made a brilliant run for his goal. Like, he started that goal and obviously put it in the back of the net, but he obviously didn't get the assist, but the pre-assist for the third goal, Rashford 3-0, that ball from Luke Shaw was honestly world freaking class. Luke Shaw was on another level today. I actually think he's the best left back in the world right now. I do not care. Name me someone right now that you'd rather have in this team than Luke Shaw at left back, because I generally can't. You know, and Casemiro doing what he always does, looking great. But as I said, you know, Martial, I don't think had his best game, but he was involved. I don't think anyone was particularly bad today, but I just think we need a bit more from the attack. We were lucky that we went 1-0 up and then we could counter-attack Bournemouth. But I think the first sort of 20-odd minutes, there wasn't much going on. Obviously, that doesn't really matter because we won the game 3-0, but there's still room for improvement. You know, you can see that although we're doing patterns of play in the final third, we're creating things, and, you know, our biggest problem is actually we don't put our chances away, we do create. We still need a bit more. We're very good in midfield, very dominant in midfield. It's just sometimes when the ball gets to attack, we go a little bit flat, and that's because of lack of options in attack. But all in all, very positive. Wan-Bissaka looking like a good player. Maguire had a good game. Lindelof had a good game. De Gea pulls out some absolutely incredible saves. And Bruno's playing well again today. 4 key passes from Bruno and 3 key passes from Luke Shaw. You know, all the players that were brilliant in our sort of 2021 season under Ollie, Rashford, Shaw and Bruno have all turned up again this season. And I will say, you know, some of these Man United players we knew were good and they just hadn't been coached properly in years, and Ten Hag's here and he's come in and got the best out of them. Ten Hag and his coaches have done a fantastic job. And some players that we didn't even know that if they were going to be United level or not have just looked really good under Ten Hag. I mean, Eriksen, as I said, he's come in after all his problems he's had and he's playing out position in DM, the position that we obviously want Frankie de Jong to do, and just absolutely stealing the show there. You know, Rashford's back to his best. As I said, Delot, we weren't sure if Delot was ever going to be United level. Obviously, he didn't play much today, but he's been fantastic under Ten Hag. Wan-Bissaka's looking like a footballer. Even De Gea's doing things that people were crying for him out to do last season, like come off his line. Like, we just look so much more better. You know, that back five, De Gea, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, you know, Maguire, that was the Ollie back five. That was like the back five we hated seeing under Ollie, that couldn't progress the ball, that was slow. They looked like a proper back five today. They looked very good. Obviously, it's not Sandro Martins and Varane, they're obviously another level above them. But that back five that this time a year ago was the dreaded back five that we just didn't want to see and had been so poor under Ollie. They look like a solid back five today. And obviously the protection from Casemiro absolutely helped, and De Gea did have to make a few good saves, but it's just mad to see that United are playing well, United looking like a team. And HTO tweeted some things, and I want to quickly end this video by reading out what HTO said, because I really agree with him. He said, I like how this team is slowly learning patterns of play against set defences but still possess that killer instinct in offensive transitions. It's nice to have a blend of style for the different sorts of games thrown your way. And he's absolutely right. We obviously involving patterns of play. We have very good offensive transitions. We're working very well on getting the ball from defence to attack, which is something that we always struggled with in the past. Previous seasons, it's hit and hope. Hit and hope. Bruno hit and hope that Rashford does something, and Bruno's style has changed so much to hit and hope. I've got to do it all myself. I've got to come up for goal assist myself, and he would sillily give the ball away and be frustrating, to becoming a good team player involved in build-up play, getting less goals and assists, but almost becoming a better player for the team. But also HDO did say that this football is good, and these are the first true signs of sustainable possessional-based team who can keep recycling the ball and get their lines high up, tuck their fullbacks inside and out, and rotate all over the pitch and outnumber the poor opposition literally everywhere. And he's right, we were everywhere today. Casemiro was everywhere. Every time Bournemouth got the ball, we were getting it back, and this is signs of sustainable good football. This is, you know, we've won games under Ollie and Jose in the past where we had really good seasons, we came second, but was it sustainable? Was it convincing? No, this is signs of something big. This is the signs of something special. And I want to end this video by saying Ten Hag is the man. He's doing a miracle with these players. If he gets the backing, I believe he can take us to the top. So we need those Glazers to hurry up and fuck off. And if you agree with me, smash that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I will reply to some comments, as always, on Match Reactions. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.